Welcome on Monday, the 8th of June. This is Queen's birthday holiday here in Queensland. And here I am. This is just over a year ago at Yarrabah. And I believe that's Yothia Yindi on stage at the Yarrabah Music Festival. One of those absolutely wonderful days. If you're actually in Yarrabah during the festival, there was something like 5,000 people in the crowd, and the quality of the music was absolutely brilliant. A great day of rejoicing. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement, some great food and some incredibly great company. This morning I thought I'd read one of my favourite passages, which reminds us that we need to rejoice. I won't read the whole lot, but it's from Lamentations chapter 3. And I'll pick up at verse 19, though there's a bit of it before this, which is actually fairly good for people who are suffering immensely. And as I look at the joy here, I know the struggle that I've been hearing secondhand, I should say, the struggles this community has been going through during the lockdown. The fact that there's one road in and out makes it really easy to police, and that's caused some incredible tensions, which has not been good. The thought of my pain, my hopelessness is bitter poison. I think of it constantly and my spirit is depressed. Yet my hope returns when I remember this one thing. The Lord's unfailing love and mercy still continue. Fresh as the morning, as sure as the sunrise. The Lord is all I have, and I put my hope in Him. The love of the Lord never ceases. It's constant every morning. Those are the words I remember, the words of a song. But there are times when we are driven to distraction. A number of years ago, I read an article that somebody had written and said, how Christians should be sick. It was interesting because, working with people, we were working in the healing ministry, and it wasn't talking about you ought to be sick. It's talking about the fact that there are times when people who are Christians are sick. How should we behave when we are sick? And that was what it was talking about. That even when our heart withers within us, even when we are in pain and anguish, whether that's because we're ill or because the circumstances around us. And basically what the author of that paper was saying was, we need to turn to God and need to find joy. And also saying that it's actually incredibly difficult those times. Doesn't mean we shouldn't be praying for healing, because we absolutely should. And it's been my experience that many people don't experience healing because they don't ask. God is more powerful, more gracious and more generous than most of us are willing to even contemplate. But we're reminded in this passage, when Jeremiah is writing, after the fall of Jerusalem and the slaying and the imprisonment and exiling and dispossession of his people, there's no wonder that his sense of his personal pain is beyond his ability to cope with. He does manage to put it into words, and basically the whole Lamentations is an extended prayer and poem of lament. But even in the midst of that, even when you're tired, irritable, do not want company, do not want to reflect on the good things, it is good to do that and to go to the discipline. Now, that's something, when I was here, by the time these guys came on, I was really looking forward to it. I was totally exhausted. This came at the end of 2 weeks of an intensive teaching block where we've been, normally we work incredible hours, and as one of the teachers, I've got to do more than that. But I knew I'd missed at least one of these since I've been in Cairns, and I made sure I could get down, and I'm glad I did. even though I was struggling to stay awake at this stage through exhaustion. I was able to give thanks to God and rejoice in what had been happening. And I was fortunate to be able to stay in Yarry this night and then join people in church on Sunday morning. The interesting one is Yothi Yindi was the first bill, third bill. A couple of our students in the Black Caribbeans who fronted up for church next morning where Hillary preached quite incredibly well. So even in the midst of exhaustion, in the midst of pain, this is one of the great promises of God, because it doesn't depend upon us. Even if we're there, God can use our words, our actions to transform people's lives and bring them to a place of joy and remind them that they're loved, they're whole, and they can live in wonder. May that be your experience today. Amen.